That everybody says that hyper-Calvinism involves basically some sort of rejection of evangelism, which would make hyper-Calvinism a heresy. This is the first thing you see whenever you look up hyper-Calvinism. And I'm talking about hyper-Calvinism because I believe it's in the direction of being the correct theology. I'm not saying it's some perfect theology, but it's the closest one I've found. It's incomplete in its own. It has to be also aligned with universal salvation, which is the subject of my book that I published last year, Hyper-Calvinist Universal Salvation. But anyway, check this out. Here's Peter Toon's Emergence of Hyper-Calvinism and English Nonconformity. This is just a really good summary of the history of Hyper-Calvinism. Look what it says right here where I'm on page. I've kind of marked this up a lot. So this is page 80. Very bottom of the page. Talking about Joseph Hussey, who was one of probably the number one person in charge of being the originator of Hyper-Calvinism. Look what it says here. The gospel. All right. In the view of these arguments, we may ask, then how then is the gospel to be preached if the grace of Christ is not to be offered to all, and all are not to be invited to receive Christ as their Lord and Savior? In the brown here, Hussey anticipated this question and gave a detailed reply. He believed that the doctrine of the gospel were to be preached to all. See that? To all. Of course it's to all. That's Mark 16:15. Preach the gospel to all, the whole creation. But the gospel to be preached to all, but the grace of God was not to be offered to all. Okay, so this is before Hyper-Calvinism was later distorted by others who downgraded evangelism, which of course is complete heresy. This is what Hyper-Calvinism was at its origination. So whenever people ask me this, hey, why, you're a Hyper-Calvinist, but it rejects evangelism, I say that's always a later development. The original pure Hyper-Calvinism, such as with Joseph Hussey, was nothing to do with anything like that heresy. Hyper-Calvinism is bent on preaching the gospel to the entire creation. Mark 16:15, preach the gospel to every creature. There's a zillion verses that read just the same way. So this is the truth about Hyper-Calvinism, and everybody who says that Hyper-Calvinism is only about non-evangelism is wrong and needs to do more reading and not just do internet searches, but dig into the actual history of the movement. Thanks, bye.